Anyways, fast forward, my family forgave him after what happened.
The wonderful, beautiful podcast.
Today I'm going to be reading your nasty/juicy stories, and I feel like there could probably be worse if I actually did like a forms for this, but you guys can enter your little stories in my Instagram. Forms are always open. I do categorize them if they're actual or if they're nasty. You know, I'm just gonna say it's nasty to try to not get demonetized here. Today I'm accompanied by my mental health cat. She looks like the cat from Coraline, don't you think? She's adorable. This is my black, hairy kitty. Obviously, this is gonna be a very mature video. Totally not gonna have the humor of a 12-year-old boy. Actually, I should not be making false promises. Okay, first story. Hello, Ate Angel. I'm such a fan sa'yo po. Years na ako nakasub sa'yo, and finally now, nakaabot na ako sa mga G4 mo. Hehe, love you. So this insecurity of mine, okay, this is an insecurity, sorry, is yung discoloration ko. Morena kasi ako, and may discoloration ako sa paa. Like half sa upper tight, or is it upper tight or upper right? Yung sa likod is maitim, going up na yun till sa kifi. Ha, okay. Siyempre, doon din po sa ano ko is maitim siya, and na-insecure po ako kasi what if yung partner ko is mandiri? Ang arte ko sa lahat, pero di ko talaga mapaputi itong discoloration ko. Okay, that is such a natural thing, and I know that that's not the answer. I'm not gonna tell you to be like, you should go bleach your a-hole, or you should go bleach your whatever it is, because I think that's just colorism. I do think that it's a very valid insecurity. I feel like a lot of people could probably relate to that. Have any of you actually, I know that there are people who have never actually seen what their pookie looks like. Like, if you are watching this video and you haven't seen your pookie, like, you should. I think you should. You should know what's going on over there. Sorry, I'm segueing, but I remember asking, like, some of my friends, like, do you know what your pookie looks like? Because I remember, sorry. I remember, like, seeing mine, like, actually. I remember seeing mine and actually like taking like a hand mirror and like looking at it. Ew. I was genuinely so appalled by it. Like, I was like, this is kind of gross. Like, I feel like this looks like a weird alien. And I also have friends that have like similar thoughts. Like, when they first saw their thing for the first time, they're like, ew, what the heck? Like, what is going on down there? Like, I didn't know that was going on. And I think you should, because I guess it's part of your self-discovery. This sounds like I'm promoting f***ing off, which I think you should. You know what? Guys do not get shamed for f***ing off. So I think that if part of your self-discovery and finding out what's comfortable with you is doing that, then you probably should. And like, here's the thing. I feel like, how do I say it? Corn. You guys know what I mean by corn. Corn and like, again, like corn stars, they have created a very false image, or like a very unattainable image of what it should be, or what it should look like, or what your parts should look like. And not even just like your parts, but like your body in general, like every single part of your body, every inch of your body. So much of that is very parallel to the beauty standards that we already have now. Like, for example, what you're saying is like, I feel like my pookie is not like the right color, and somebody who is morena, or somebody who has like a different color, could feel the exact same way. And I think what I'm trying to say here is that this is just yet another beauty standard, like another idiot beauty standard. Like, I talk about how, oh, it's so stupid that we have to like shave this and shave that, or we have to look a certain way, we have to have like a certain hair and certain skin color, a certain shape of eyes, certain shape of nose, and have these lips and have like this like hourglass body, and it's just unrealistic. And if you're gonna be with a partner who is just 100% like, if they have like these insane standards, they have a corn addiction. And I'm telling you right now, if you're with a partner that has a corn addiction, it's not gonna work. It's just not gonna be good in the long run. Like, it's not gonna be a sustainable relationship, because I don't know what you can say about somebody who has a corn addiction. Like, they like, oh, if you have one, then okay, I hope that you recover from that, and I hope like you do what you need to do in order to stop it, or at least like minimize it a little bit, because it is gonna affect your relationships. It's gonna affect your future relationships. It's gonna affect your relationship with yourself. It's gonna affect your self-image. I know that this might be like, I don't know, a little controversial to some people, but I'm a little against it. I don't know. I feel like that's a lot to say. What if I just have like a media trained answer for this? I think it's bigger than us. Okay, for example, if a guy were to tell you that, I don't like your pookie or a-hole because it's like dark or whatever, like, Okay, like show me yours, you know? Show me what yours looks like. I don't know what their a-hole looks like, but I'm sure it's not as pristine as a corn star's pookie is. It's definitely not. Do you think men are out there like bleaching their balls and their a-holes? Like they don't do that. If they have that expectation for you but not that expectation from themselves, then what does that say about the relationship, or what does that say about that person as a partner? And like people who are addicted to corn probably don't have that much self-control or have a healthy relationship with, like, they're probably not somebody that you'd feel comfortable trusting anyway. And if you find somebody who just doesn't care, then that's all that matters. Like, people shouldn't care about that stuff. Is that really a defining part of a relationship? It's not. It truly isn't. Actually, also, can we not call it discoloration? Is it actually even considered discoloration if that's really just how your skin is on certain parts? Because to call it discoloration, I would say that would be like scarring, like discoloration after you have like an acne scar or some kind of other scar, or like redness and things that are kind of indicative of there's something wrong. Because I don't think there's anything wrong. That's really just how your skin works. It's just that you're morena and some parts that are exposed to a little bit more heat, more friction, there's like more folds, like for example your elbows or like your knees. Like that's just how it is. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that, because that's just how it naturally looks. I got a notification. Ding. This video is sponsored by Ding. Ba-ding ding ding. Ding is the fastest way, literally in 3 seconds, where you can send mobile recharge /load and gift cards to your friends and family to the Philippines. Make sure to click the link down below on the description box so that it can send you directly to Ding, and use my discount code. That's literally 75% off. Think about it. If you want to get like 500 pesos worth of mobile data and your loved ones from abroad send it to you, they'll only be paying 125 pesos with my discount code. Ding offers the best promotions and discounts on mobile recharge. It's perfect for OFWs and your loved ones abroad. And if you're sending load, the person that you're sending to doesn't even have to do anything. It just goes directly to their phones. Ding works for all mobile phones, whether you're connected through Globe, Talk and Text, Smart, Dito. Not only that, but every time you top up with Ding, you'll also be helping charities around the world through their Access for Good initiative. You get 75% off and donate to charity. It's a win. I think it's a win. I fear it's a win. Anyways, next story. I have a female foot as I am super attracted to cute pedicures and heels on girls. Oh, thank you for that information. Go ahead. Why not? Okay, I know that people like make fun of people who have like foot fetishes. You know, people can enjoy whatever they want to enjoy. Come on. Y'all have done something weird in your lives. Y'all probably read smut. Y'all probably watched the worst things. I think it's okay for you to have like a certain liking to something. It's fine, as long as it doesn't hurt anyone. Like if there's somebody out there who is going to be willing and would actually really very much enjoy to catering to your enjoyment, form of enjoyment, and your preferred parts and shoes, then go ahead, bro. Here's the thing. I had this guy friend before. Ugh, he's not my friend now, but he confessed to us, to my group of friends, in a drunken moment that he's into feet, you know? And that's fine. Like, honestly, go ahead. Like, you can enjoy whatever it is that you want to enjoy. But there was this time where they were talking about people in the UAAP. If you don't know what that is, it's like the university. I actually have no idea what that stands for, but it's like where athletes from different colleges, they like compete, they like do volleyball or I don't know, basketball. I don't know anything about sports, but it was a thing. Like everybody was talking about like, yeah, this volleyball player or this player, I don't remember who it was, but they were saying like, oh, she's so pretty, I'm here in the game right now and she's so pretty, but her feet are so big. And I'm like, you're allowed to like whatever you want, but like, why are you putting people down like that? Like, why? What's the point? I know like if one of my friends are watching this, they're gonna know exactly who it is that I'm talking about, and nobody's friends with him anymore. But it's just funny. Like, it's not funny. It's okay that you have like a thing for feet. And I remember pointing out to him like, oh, don't you like that? I literally reminded him that he literally told us that he's into feet. And then when I brought it up, he's like, no. He acted so offended by it. And I was like, wait, I thought like you were open to that stuff. Because why are you mad at me for pointing out something that you said yourself? At least commit to it and not shame other people for it. And I'm like, you can't just be around insulting other people's feet for not being the kind of feet that you want. And then just act all offended when I go like, oh, don't you have a foot? I didn't even mean it in a bullying way. It's just like, come on. Lighten up, bro. You're so particular with your feet, and so particular with the people who point it out, but you can't. I don't know. It was also really weird. We had like this conversation about like, what do you like in women, or like what do you like in like what do you look for in a partner? And he was like, anything that's fake. And I'm like, what do you mean by fake? And he's like, people like fake eyelashes, fake nails. I'm like, people just want a natural, quote unquote, natural woman. It takes so much naturalness to be the natural beauty that you actually want. Anyways, I'm like skyrocketing to a whole different topic now. But sorry, it just reminded me of somebody who I know that has a foot fetish. But yeah, go ahead. Go enjoy whatever you want to enjoy. Just leave people who don't enjoy it out of it. Next, trigger warning. Can you put a trigger warning here for the next story? And tell them to skip to this time frame if they don't want to listen to this next one. My childhood trauma. This happened when I was 6. I was sharing a bed with my 15-year-old girl cousin, aunt, and 40-plus male ex-family member because I don't claim him as one. I was sleeping oh god, I feel like this is the I word. Okay, brace yourselves, guys. I was sleeping that time, not until I felt the bed quivering, which woke me up. Since I didn't know what was happening that time, I turned over to my aunt to ask her what was happening, but she was asleep. So that left me wondering, wait, how many people? Okay, sharing a bed with, okay, that's you, your cousin, your aunt, 15-year-old cousin, and a 40-plus male. Oh, that's a 15-year-old and a 40? Okay, so that left me wondering, why was the bed moving? So I hopped out of bed and turned on the lights. Then I saw that the ex-family member essaying my cousin. Oh no. Anyways, fast forward, my family forgave him after what happened. You people will let men get away with anything. Literally anything. Anything. A man could literally like be abusive and like hit someone, and then you guys are, I cannot with this. I cannot. Y'all let them get away with literally anything. I cannot count the amount of friends I have whose fathers, whose like uncles, whose like brothers or whatever, like their family lets them get away. You know what? Here's a promise to myself, and here's a promise that anybody who's watching this should make on themselves. And I'm forcing you to commit to this. Stop letting men get away with this. Stop it. Stop. You're making things worse for everybody else. There's zero consequences. There's literally zero consequences. Other than a little girl on the internet telling you that these people are horrible. But come on. These people are supposed to be in jail. In literal jail. People need to be punished, genuinely. Can people just get punished more often? Especially if it's actually punishable by law. Anyways, let me continue. Even though my cousin opened up that it didn't only happen one time, but gradually. What? Excuse naman. It happens constantly. You people love to empathize with perpetrators more than they do with victims. Y'all love to do it. I don't understand it. No, I do understand it, because that's full-on misogyny. That's misogyny. If you keep forgiving people and letting people get away with stuff, you're just as misogynistic. I don't care. I'm so sick of I am hoping. Listen, I don't want kids. I don't ever want kids. But I'm hoping that anybody who watches me will never, ever, ever allow this to happen to anyone in their family. When they grow up to be mothers, or grandmas, or aunties, or anything, older sisters, I pray that if my channel can do literally anything for this world, is that it encourages women to not take shit from men. That's my only wish. I hope, not even just for your fellow sisters or fellow people around you, but also for yourself. Why Why let, even like inside a home, why let other people not feel safe in their own home? Oh my god, I'm so... And like, I don't care. Like, I you know, people are going like, oh my god, like, I forgive. You gotta forgive. Like, that's one thing that I hate about, like, I don't know if it's like Filipino culture, but also like the entire fundamentals of Christianity. I feel like God would not be okay with this, you know? Okay, you do you in terms of your beliefs when it comes to forgiveness. I've talked about forgiveness before, like especially in like a breakup video I had. And like, okay, you do you if you want to kill him with kindness or whatever, but if it's hurting somebody, if it's like actually punishable by law, and if it's just, you're not obligated. No one should ever be obligated to forgive somebody who's done something like that. No one. I am so sick of people pressuring other women to be considerate, to be patient. Screw that. You should be pissed. You should be genuinely pissed and hurt and like act like you're hurt and act like you're pissed, because that's what you are. That's what you freaking are. Also, why be gentle to someone who has done violent things? Why do they deserve your consideration and being gentle? Make it make sense. Excuse naman ng family ko is, at the end of the day, we're still family, so let's forgive. At the end of the day, they're still family, so why would you let them still be with someone who essayed them? God, if it was another person, if it wasn't somebody in your family, does that mean that they would actually do something? This is what I'm saying, is that before somebody has a family or starts a family or gets married or gets pregnant or adopts someone, no, actually for adopting someone, I think they're a little bit more strict with that, but I think that there should genuinely be a license to start a family. You should have a license. You should take a 4-year course before you're able to, maybe not a 4-year course, okay? But all I'm saying is there needs to be like a form of evaluation, and they need to take a class, like a driver's license class, like a class, before you can start a family. Because like, for example, like, I don't know if you have a dad or a mom or whatever, but I'm assuming that you have a dad or a mom or whatever. And like, how are you gonna tell other people that this is my family, I'm the protector of my family, I'm the provider of my family? You can't even protect your family from other family members. That's like literally the basic requirement for a leader, for you to be able to manage or handle. You're supposed to be able to handle what's happening within the unit before anything that's outside of it. Again, please, if there's anyone who's running for Senate, please make, honestly, maybe we can just implement it even in the education system, you know? Like, if you're in high school, there could be like how a family should treat you and how a family should not be treating you. I feel like that could be very helpful if we just put family planning and a little bit of psychology and a little bit of like other types of help. Like, honestly, I don't need to learn algebra, you know? Debatable. Okay, maybe you can learn a little bit of algebra, but like, there's so many things that people put on like the highest pedestal in terms of learning, which is fine, you know? Like, somebody out there, they want to be an engineer, they want to be able to contribute to society in a way that's fueled by science and math and all that stuff. But humanities, I'm telling you, psychology, that kind of stuff, I feel like that should be what's in your GEs. That should be like what's in the general subjects. Because look at what happens behind closed doors. Like, look at what happens within family units, and then what will eventually happen when that family like ripples, you know? I'm sick of y'all. I am literally so sick of y'all. Also, my legs are dead. Somebody pointed out before, like, wow, I can't believe she's sitting like that. Women are so strong. And I'm like, yeah, bro, because like, this is genuinely uncomfortable. Anyways, next story. So when I was a 9-year-old, I don't know, it says, so when I'm a 9 little kiddo. I'm guessing when you are a 9-year-old little kiddo, and my brother was just 5 years old at that time, I asked him to make out with me. Okay, I did not expect that at all. We did it for a few days out of dumbass lust, and ate di ko din in-expect na gusto niya pang makipag-bumbaya sa Why naman bumbaya? Okay, I think I'm not even sure if I've ever heard the word bumbaya used in that way. But okay. Wait, so that's 9 years old and 5 years old? 5 years old? Oh my god, you little freaks. Again, I feel like before, when I used to make like these videos, I mean, I still do, but like the first time I made like a secret like reading your juiciest secrets videos, there are like a lot of people that just like to kiss their cousins. I don't know, they have done some weird cousin stuff. And for me, I feel like that's something that has never occurred to me because one, I'm very young and my cousins are old. No offense, my cousins are watching this, but like my cousins have like babies and stuff. Like I was just like I was born very, very late into. I was introduced late into my family basically. I think it would be massively weird if I did anything that's like nasty with people who are in my family. But I am starting to think that it's more normal than not normal. I'm not saying, oh my god, normalize kissing your cousins. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I think maybe it's like a Freudian thing. I don't know. I'm not saying that it should be normalized, but I'm saying that it's something that does occur. And I don't know. I'm not a parent. I don't know how to handle that and how to prevent it. But there has to be some kind of reasoning behind that, right? I know we're super young for those things, but heck yeah, maaga kaming na-expose sa mga corn dahil sa mga tito namin. There it is. There's the reasoning. Okay, thank you for providing the answer that I was struggling to look for. Because children become so not desensitized, but they get introduced to these types of things so early on. Maybe it's not a natural thing, but it could be an effect of being exposed to media that isn't so good, or like some stuff that children should not be exposed to at all, or witnessing something during your childhood that you should not have witnessed at all. And by the way, like your tito means uncle, like your uncles showing you that stuff or like not censoring that stuff from you, that is, I'm pretty sure that's traumatic. I'm pretty sure that's considered trauma because that's not something that you consented to have, especially as a kid. Like that's not something that you wanted to witness or you should have witnessed in the first place. And I think it's parents or like the authorities around you should be very mindful. Again, what I'm saying, we need to have classes for how to handle children because people don't know how to handle children. And I'm not saying that I'm extremely good at handling children. Like I don't have a child, you know, I don't have a degree in child education or anything like that. But what I'm saying is that there are some basic things or things that should be basic things that should be taught to everybody so that we don't traumatize kids. And whether you say that, okay, I don't want to have kids anyway, like I don't care for kids, I hate kids, like you're still gonna encounter a kid every once in a while in your life. Like you're bound to at least encounter one kid or two. And maybe not, okay, maybe for some reason not, but you'll have siblings who will have kids, or you'll have cousins who will have kids. You're gonna have other family members, unless you don't care much about family, like you're not very connected to your family. I think that you can be as annoyed as you want about kids, you can detest kids, but like you don't show that to kids because at the end of the day, those will be adults. Those are still human beings, no matter how young they are. And I also hate when people blame creatives or artists. Like for example, they blame me. I was with someone before and they would say like, why are you talking about this stuff? Like your viewers are probably like 12-year-olds or whatever. Or like, why is Ariana Grande, why are these pops or like Britney Spears, like why are they being sexual? They have fans that are like 10-year-olds and 12-year-olds, and like that's not their obligation, you know? Like it's really the parents. Like what are your parents exposing you to? Why are your parents allowing you to have like an iPad and letting you go on Safari and go to a corn site? Like what they need to be responsible for what it is that you consume. Because if they're not making these like measures to safe, like kid proof their YouTube or kid proof their iPads and their TVs and stuff, then that's lazy parenting and you're just letting your children have whatever you want so that they can shut up. I guess technology and media, it's not something that parents were really taught to know how to handle. And I'm not trying to make excuses. I just think this should be like an institutional thing. Like I feel like this needs to be a systemized thing where we help other people, one, not get desensitized to nasty and sexual things, and two, have actual education that's dedicated to that and given to us at the right time. Like there is no education in the Philippines. I don't know, like at least for me, you know, like in those Western movies where they put like a condom over a banana and stuff, or like they watch something and it's like a little bit of sex education. We don't have that in the Philippines. Like we literally don't. And that's why there's so much pregnancy rates in the Philippines, and there's so much STDs and teenage pregnancies and unexpected pregnancies and unsafe abortion There is so much to improve in terms of education. Even at least like, yes, we have it like PE, like okay, you put a I didn't even know how to put on a period pad. Literally, I had to call up my friend who got their period first. Her name's Francine. I literally went like, Francine, I'm like bleeding, I don't know what to do. And she was like, okay, you take out the backing and then you put it in your underwear and then you take those two flaps and then you put it over each other and whatever. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And there were so much things that I feel like could have been a lot less stigmatized, and there's so much dangers that could have been prevented if we just had the right education for it, you know? And if we had actual authority figures that didn't let us watch corn, just like what your uncle is doing. It's always an uncle, by the way. Anyways, next story. I was going through my uncle's phone. See, it's always an uncle. I'm telling you, it's always a weird uncle. If you have a brother and you're gonna have like kids one day, like make sure that your brothers aren't acting weird. Make sure that your uncles are not that weird uncle, because I even have guy friends who would be like, it's like a shared experience. There's always a weird uncle. Whether you're a girl or a guy, there's always just like a weird uncle that's just who doesn't know boundaries, who doesn't know how to act, honestly. My god. My legs are so numb. I was going through my uncle's phone one day, as one does as a 10-year-old with no phone of her own, and god, do I regret it. I don't know how I got to the point, but I end up, I guess accidentally, opening his friend's chat on WhatsApp. And get this is another whole ass 40-year-old man who was sending my uncle full-on corn videos on WhatsApp. Do men share corn with each other now? Yes, they do. They actually do. Even like, not even as a 40-year-old man, but like kids do. They send each other that stuff. This is why I'm saying, like, please watch what your kids are watching. Please look out for what they expose themselves to, because it's insane the amount of things that they expose themselves to. Like, I remember when I was in school, like there'd be like guys, like guy classmates who would huddle over and they're just watching God knows what. Like, I know they weren't watching a homily. That's not what they were doing. Again, like, this is one of the reasons why I love listening to true crime, because it makes me, I even researched it, like, you know, like majority of true crime enjoyers are women, and that doesn't mean like we're psychotic or something. It's just that it makes you aware of what's happening around you. It also makes you see a lot of the gender injustice and misogyny and feminism and all of that stuff. It makes you much more aware of what's going on, because you can keep saying that, oh, like these are just numbers, like there's numbers of like 8 out of 10 women experience this and that, but like when you actually listen to all of that, when it adds up, like all the microaggressions, all the small things, you see where it ends, and it's not pretty. It does not end very pretty. I was scarred and I never saw my uncle the same again. Too bad I live with him. See, it's always the uncles. And by the way, like, I hate when parents just like let you borrow their stuff. Like, they let you borrow their phones and whatnot, and they have like the most unholy things. They have like their affairs there, they have corn there, they have like really bad videos there and pictures of themselves or pictures of their wives or like people who are not even their wives. Like, can you monitor what it is you do on your phone before you give it to literal minors? Can that be something that you can do? Can you guys have like the urgency? Can that just like be in your mind? Like, to actually be careful of what you can expose children to. Anyways, that's all the stories I have. Maybe I will put an actual forms. Actually, okay, I will open up an actual forms that is just dedicated to nasty and juicy stories, because these are just nasty and juicy ones that I got from previous entries, and I have a bunch of entries. I'm gonna bounce now.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna make videos about feminism and gayness and the world. First story. Whoa. Blah blah blah.
I don't know if I should feel
That's crazy. Blah 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 blah. That's insane. I hate to break you. That's not nice. No, let's do outros. Outro.
Oh my god, I didn't do an outro.
This is your outro. I know how to do outros. Outro.
You like my outro, don't you?
I know how to do outros. I know how to do outros. Outro. Thank you.
You did a good meet.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm gonna show you how to do my hair.
Oh, majestic.
Ta-da! That's tomorrow, if I remove the hair tie, it's gonna be like curly and stuff. I'm gonna link the products I used down below. Not sponsored, but if you
products, you liar.
the products that she buys. Angel 75 to get 75% off.
Period.
Period. Ding!